Welcome back to Afternoon Live. It can be challenging to make new friends as an adult, and more people than ever are reporting fewer close friendships and more loneliness. So here to help, we welcome back personal growth strategist and author of Build Your Village, Florence Ann Romano. It's great to see you, my friend.
Hello, my friend. See, look, we have a friendship, and it's even just through digital.
I know, I'm always so happy to talk to you, and I feel like we make a genuine connection this way.
I do too. I absolutely do too. So it's possible to have friendships that come all different ways.
We can do it. Well, and talking about the seasons coming up, the spring and
Yeah.
the summer, we're outside, there's more things happening, kind of leaning into those moments and opportunities.
It's a very busy time of year. I'll say that too. You know, parents talk about summer and they're just holding on for dear life and they're just looking through that cobweb of a schedule and it's camps and extracurriculars and making sure there's some family time in there and then also traveling and, taking care of themselves and, getting ready for school then all of a sudden. I feel like this is just a constant hamster wheel. And summer tends to also be a time where you hope to make more room in your life for friendship or connection or slow down a little bit and enjoy things. But I think sometimes it can be very painful when you start to look at your friendships, when you want to start focusing on them after you feel like maybe you've neglected them, and think, okay, well, how do I do that? How do I connect again? And, is it weird for me to be the first one that reaches out? Is it weird for me to make those plans with people? And, do I admit that I'm having these feelings of loneliness? So, summer, it can be a really wonderful time to reconnect, but I think sometimes it's challenging for people when there is so many things pulling at them.
Well, a lot of people can relate to, yeah, the overscheduling, the fear of reaching out, and all that to say, I mean, we know this stuff is real, that this friendship recession is
Yeah.
impacting so many people.
Right. They say a Harvard study that 1 in 5 Americans today feel lonely or feel isolated socially. And I actually completely agree with that statistic. I actually think it might be a little worse than what's being reported, even though 1 in 5 is still bad. But the idea that we're making friends easily now in our lives is it's just not realistic. Once you get older, your circle starts to get smaller. And I actually was just on the phone with a friend talking about this, saying that it's not necessarily a bad thing that your circle gets smaller as you get older because you're being more intentional about the friendships that you are making or keeping. And someone was just saying to me the other day, I had this horrible falling out with a friend. And I look back on that friendship and I think about what I learned from it. And I said, do you regret the friendship? Do you condemn the friendship because of the falling out and how hurtful it was in the end? And she said, no, because of what I learned, but also because during that season of our lives, I see why we were in each other's lives to support each other to get through a very difficult time that each of us were going through. So I loved that perspective, which kind of sets me up, I suppose, to talk about the fact that not every relationship and not every friendship that we have is going to be there for the long haul. Sometimes it is situational. Sometimes it is seasonal. Sometimes it is because of a crisis, perhaps. But it doesn't mean that the relationship didn't have value.
Absolutely. And like you said, you're always going to walk away with something either that you learned, something you want to carry
Right.
forward, or maybe I'll do it differently next time because of
Right.
XYZ circumstance. Okay, a lot of
Right.
us are just scared to jump out there. You've got some simple steps for us to get things moving in the right direction, start building those friendships.
It doesn't always have to be these deep, meaningful conversations where you feel like you're just opening up your whole soul to someone. That doesn't happen right away. Sometimes it does. Sometimes you meet people where you have that kindred, soulful connection, and that's wonderful. Lean into that. But you can start small. It's complimenting someone, asking a simple question, and exploring what confidence looks like for you and practicing that. It's funny to think about the fact that this social skill perhaps has to be practiced, but just like anything in life, it's a muscle. You kind of have to use it. And the more often you do, the more confident you will be. We talk about kind of the tools you can use for the growth in a friendship, or being part of that practice of how do you connect with people when you feel like you're not necessarily sure how to do that so organically. So three things to keep in mind, the three I's: intention, initiative, and invitation. So if we break that down a little bit, the intention is just understanding what sort of connection you're looking for. Is it deeper, meaningful relationship? Is it a confidant that you're looking for? I talk about this in my book, Build Your Village. It's the archetypes of villagers. Who are you looking for? What are you looking to gain from that relationship? What are you missing in your life that you're looking to fill? And then the initiative. This is where it can be very difficult. You have to be the one to reach out. You have to be the one to put yourself out there. I always use the example, if you're at the playground and you're a mom and you're looking to meet some new moms or meet some new friends, well, what's to keep you from going over and starting a conversation with another mom on the playground? And you could use that compliment tip that we just talked about. You could say, hey, love your stroller. Whatever you want to say. That could be your opening line. Or, love your athleisure wear. Where'd you get it? I'm looking for some new yoga pants. Whatever it is that you want it to be. And that's, not so intimidating. But the last thing, the invitation piece of it, creating an opportunity for that connection. It's a potluck or a book club or volunteering or going out for a walk. That's something my friends and I do here. They know I love to walk. So my girlfriends will text me and say, hey, if you're going for a walk tomorrow morning, can I come with you? Sometimes the answer is no. Because I'm like, no, I want that time for myself.
I hear
I'm gonna do a conference call. And I do sometimes say no. But I love the fact that they ask if they can join the walk, because they know that's something I love to do, and they know that they could have that kind of one-on-one time with me. So this idea of intention, initiative, and invitation, it's a way to kind of help you frame up how to make connection possible.
You've given us some great ideas, really practical and easy ways to move forward. It is always so nice to talk to you. Thank you so much.
So good to be with you, my friend. Make those connections. You won't regret it.
We'll do it. We'll see you soon. Florence Ann's book again is Build Your Village, and we'll have more information on our website at katu.com. We'll be right back with more Afternoon Live right after this.